Oops, I nearly chipped on a shoe. Sorry, folks. Let's see what we can do with this. Stupid Konica Minolta. Fucking idiots. Let's see what we can do with this silly piece of shit equipment. Toner is replenished just recently. Okay. Well, what are we going to do with this shit? We're going to leave it like that. See if we can make it look any good. Going to add a bit of contrast, and we're going to lighten this one off. Alright, let's see what we're up to with this piece of junk. Let's see if we can make it look any good. Let's see what we have. The nerds will inherit the copier world, they sure will. Anyway, we've got this thing, Anthony Squires. So it's male fashion, looks like business fashion, like for money fuckers. People that love their money and they go and work their 9 to 5 in a management job or whatever. And they fucking want to screw the planet because money, love of money and the environment don't mix. They're almost mutually exclusive. Let's see how we made this shit look. Alright, out it comes. Oh, that looks interesting. That's made Anthony Squires look a tad better than what he'd normally be if that's his fashion. So we're going to make that the centre of our job. So that's Anthony Squires' business fashion we got there. And we're just going to take this and it's just going to end up in recycling. And we're going to just, well, the only thing is our recycling isn't being processed at the moment. So yeah, I'm not happy with that. I don't know, it's still a good habit to get into because when they find a solution, you know, oh, whatever. It would be a good industry to start up if a company could start featuring recycling processing on our shores. We can't rely on other countries to do our work, and it shows. So yeah, China's the businesses of China have closed their doors to the recycling industry overseas, including Australia, and we need some kind of startup in Australia to start with to process our own plastics, paper, metals, glass. You know, we've got to fucking do that. The environment is depending on us, and yet the environment, people don't care anymore. I mean, I'm trying my best to get get this shit that I have to say out there on social media to let people know, you know, because heaps of people use YouTube and Facebook. And I'm hoping that this will be a way of getting people to start thinking, and hopefully someone with some money and a good moral ethic could come along and start up a processing business for recycling. I can't see why we have to fucking rely on foreign countries to clean up our fucking mess. I don't really understand why it has to be that way. And the countries around the world who've also been blocked, some of them are starting to think about creating their own recycling facilities, because we can't rely on China for everything. You know, one day, I'll be building photocopiers one day, and all of it will be made in Australia by Australian workers or people who live in Australia, and there's not going to be, the only things that's going to be imported is going to be electronic waste from other countries, including China, so that we can make our machines out of recycled materials. So we should be helping them clean up. That's where if I'm correct, I think that's where a lot of e-waste does get dumped. Gets dumped in a lot of third world countries, from what I've heard. I'll have to do a bit more research on that to make sure I get my facts straight, but I'm pretty sure that's where a lot of it goes, to China. But I always thought, but you think they'd be processing it. But anyway, it's a bit of a long story, but I think that looks interesting. Yeah.